Ladies and gentlemen, the closing ceremony will begin shortly. We will appreciate your understanding in switching off your devices or turning them to silent mode. Thank you.
Okay, please keep your devices.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Anshu Sama, Regional Director of Innovation Programs, Intel. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
A very good morning to our guest of honor, Mr. Anshu Sanam, Regional Director of Innovation Programs, Intel, Mrs. Chua Lim Yen Ching, Deputy Director General, Ministry of Education, Singapore, Mr. Leong Hwai Yu, Mr. James Lim, and Mr. Zainul, Vice Principals of National Junior College, distinguished guests, SISC participants, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the closing ceremony of the 2017 Singapore International Science Challenge, Connecting Minds, Discovering New Frontiers. My name is Ryan, this is Sehi, and we will be your MCs for this afternoon. Say Sehi, this week really did fly by quickly, didn't it?
I couldn't agree more. I guess time goes by that much faster when you're really engaged and having fun. 3 really fast-paced and exciting challenges, a host of symposia, talks and plenaries by leading speakers, various workshops on machine learning and design thinking, visits to Gardens by the Bay, ASA Institute, SUTD, and a dance concert, all packed in over the last 5 days. I'm sure our SIC participants had an eventful and meaningful time. Did you guys have fun?
Well, it certainly sounds like the participants have enjoyed themselves. Everyone has put in a great deal of effort in putting this massive event together, enabling all of us to connect with one another. Let's hear it for our participants and our organizers. I think we should hear from one of the student organizers. Let's invite Ku Wei-de, co-chair of the 2017 SISC Student Organizing Committee, to give us his closing address. Wei-de, please.
Guest of honor, Mr. Anshu Sonak, Regional Director Innovation Programs, Intel, Mrs. Chua Lim Yen Ching, Deputy Director General, Ministry of Education, Mr. Leong Hwai Yu, Mr. James Lin, and Mr. Zainul, Vice Principals of National Junior College, Principals, distinguished guests, SIC participants, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ku Wei-de, and I've had the privilege of serving you as the co-chairperson of SIC 2017. This past week, we've all witnessed firsthand the power of collaboration in identifying key problems, designing innovative solutions, and yielding astonishing results. Underpinning all of this is our passion for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Science is a body of knowledge that seeks to explain the world around us. unique to this body of knowledge is the fluidity of its notions, concepts, and applications. Nothing remains permanent. Some of you might have heard about the term angel's glow. In the Battle of Shiloh that occurred in 1862, soldiers' wounds glowed a faint greenish blue, and it was thought to contribute to faster healing and fewer infections, thus giving it the name of angel's glow. This phenomenon could not be explained at the point of time. It was only more than a century later, in 2001, that two youths our age, 17-year-old William Martin and 18-year-old Jonathan Curtis, who discovered there was a naturally luminescent bacteria that was responsible for the glow and the healing effects. This shows how time is not restricted by time. There is always potential to further develop our understanding of something that was previously discovered, further expanding our knowledge of science. By putting our minds together, we can push forward the status quo of knowledge and truly discover new frontiers. Change can take place very quickly, especially in this day and age where accessibility to knowledge is almost a given, or in some instances, taken for granted. Science is founded on the principle of non-permanence. It is critical that we assimilate and embrace this as a fundamental idea behind the body of knowledge that is science. Integration, lensing, and communication are essential to the building of knowledge and for us to progress as a community. We advance at a much faster rate with integration of various fields. In the Machine Learning Challenge, participants were faced with an arduous machine learning technique that bewildered numerous participants. However, it is only in the face of such difficult challenges that individuals have to tap on each other's strengths, as well as uncover new knowledge in order to cope with the adversities of the ever-changing, ever-advancing technological realm. Each individual brings to the table alternative perspectives that add to the pool of ideas. After all, at the heart of knowledge creation is people and the gathering of intelligent minds. But underscoring these factors is the creative use of technology that allows us to do more than what we can imagine, enabling each of us to further the human condition. That is exactly what SIC 2017 is about, and I'm excited about what each of us will discover next. Throughout the course of the week, I hope that all participants have personally experienced the power of collaboration and will endeavor to continually work with other scientists to create new knowledge and discover new frontiers. May we always be open, willing, and ready to learn and adapt to an ever-changing, ever-advancing world. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita.
Hey Sehi, with all the exciting experiences we've had over the past week, what was your favorite moment?
I honestly don't know where to begin. Oh, I know, the machine learning challenge was really fun, and I kind of wish I was part of it. Oh, and then there was a visit to ASA Institute, the Aristotle dance concert, oh, and the super intense design and
Alright, okay. Let me just stop you right there. Going on and on like this about SIC isn't very helpful to our audience. I think the video put together by our Tech and Media Committee will do a much better job at showcasing some of the highlights of this week. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
Chairpersons of the Organising Committee for SIC 2017. So in line with our theme this year, Connecting Minds and Discovering New Frontiers, we've gotten NJCians with various talents from different fields to come out and help with the preparation process. Just as you see behind you, this banner for SIC 2017 was designed by our own Arts Executive Program students.
In line with our second part of our theme, Discovering New Frontiers, we also imbued new features into our launch and de-launch structures, such as incorporating lights and dancing to our launch sequence, making it more exciting for everyone. We also have to thank everyone who has supported us through this entire planning process, especially the teachers in our PA crew. Last but not least, we want to thank our participants for showing us their enthusiasm for the past few days.
We hope that you can apply whatever you've learned in SIC 2017 to your future endeavors. See you!
It's been a long day, so I'm a little tired, but also very excited because I'm seeing the things come together for D&B, and I think that the students are doing very well. The students so far have been participating in cultural games to gain tokens, and these tokens have been exchanged for different items that they can use to build their final showcase piece. So we are looking forward to that tomorrow during the judging, and we'll see what they have for us.
I'm a bit nervous about tomorrow because we will send this to we will show it. But everything in here is just exciting and great.
Okay, so the Design and Build Challenge now is about after dinner time, and we've been tasked with helping our seniors. So we've been given some electronic kits and some materials, and we've been asked to come up with a creative and innovative design to help out seniors and their lifestyle. And every different team in this group has been assigned a different challenge.
I'm working on the design, and I really enjoy this challenge.
SIC! Yay!
SIC
2017!
Woo! Such a heartwarming recap of the entire week. The participants definitely had an amazing time.
Well, we've seen SISC through the eyes of our participants. I think it's time for us to hear from our Vice Principal. May we invite our Vice Principal, Mr. Leong Hua Yu, to deliver his maiden SISC closing address. Mr. Leong, please.
Maiden, right? So yeah, this is really the maiden Good afternoon, guest of honor, Region Director for Innovation Programs, Intel, Mr. Anshu Sonak, Deputy Director General of Education, Mrs. Chua Lim Yan-ching, distinguished guests, principals, educators, and students. Once again, welcome to NJC. From the video, I think for our SISC participants, yeah, indeed, I think you all have a very, very fulfilling and enriching past 3, 4, 5 days. And I'm sure you also tasted all the different kind of food that we have in Singapore, right? And also learn new things. And also, more importantly, you have made new friends. I'm certain about that. And also, thank you for your active participation. Stay in contact, because I think in this modern age of a connected world, we are just a click away. So do remain in contact with each other. Okay, so as a closing address, okay, I have 3 points that I would like to bring across. Okay, first point is the idea of becoming. As actually flashed in the video, okay, your journey does not stop here, right? German philosopher Nietzsche has this idea of becoming, because to him, this state of becoming is always there. It will never reach a state of being whereby it's static and non-changing. So to me, this is a very liberating thought, because it means that we are always improving, always changing, always adapting, and always getting better. So don't be just satisfied or just being somebody, but accept the fact that we're always in this state of becoming, and we are always struggling, we are always learning, we are always growing. Because when it comes a day whereby we stop struggling, we stop learning, we actually stop to learn and grow. All right. So this actually means, it's actually really a drive to continuously improve ourselves and to contribute to the world and the life of the people around us. And this is also connected to what Steve Jobs had to say, right? At his commencement speech at Stanford 2005, whereby he asked the graduates to say, hungry and stay foolish. Okay, second point is about purpose. I actually sat in some of the lectures, and I'm really amazed by some of the capacity of some of you which actually could understand some of those things I've said. Okay, actually I'm really is somebody that's a bit out of place all this, because my training, my background is in fine arts. But nonetheless, I try to understand something. And my wish is that after today, right, all of us can go back and reflect about what is the purpose of us doing all this research. What is the reason for our becoming? Is it to improve the human condition? Is it to improve the existing system? Or is it really to make a lot of bitcoins? All right? So, also I'd like to share something that I read a long time ago, actually from this book by Michael Braungart and William McDonald. It's called Cradle to Cradle, Remaking the Way We Make Things. And in the book, the authors actually have some radical ideas. It actually proposes certain things that we should actually rethink of how we create things, how we live. So there's one example which actually really fascinates me, and which is also a reason why I'm still not driving. He asked car makers to design a car that instead of having minimum or zero emission, why not design a car that releases positive emissions or certain good effects that actually can help the environment. So if actually you drive a car, you take out the pollutants and actually can give up clean air. So an idea like that may sound radical, but I suppose back in those days whereby you have horses and carriages, cars is actually a radical idea as well. So hopefully, some of you around, one day you can actually realize this radical idea. So really the point I'm trying to make is we must all find our calling and find the purpose in terms of what we can do with all this knowledge and skills that we acquire, and ultimately to really do good for the betterment of the society and the environment that we have. And Through SISC, I hope you have get connected with like-minded people, and through the work that we eventually be doing together, we can really leave the world a little bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden hatch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life is breathed easier because we have lived, this is to have succeeded. For those of you who actually know what I'm talking about, we're actually reading a part of the poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson. The final point is about gratitude. I think in our busy frenzy of us learning and this whole process of becoming, it is also very important for us to remember those who come before us, those who have journeyed with us, especially our parents, our teachers, our mentors, and our friends. And because we can never live and work alone, and because of us being connected together, we must always help one another, at the same time be thankful that we have this, we have all this opportunity and people around us. And on this note, I'd like to invite you to join me to thank our various partners who have contributed to the SISC 2017, Ministry of Education Singapore, Intel, A-Star, the Materials Research Society of Singapore, the Singapore University of Technology and Design, National University of Singapore, Nanyang Technological University, Singapore Institute of Technology, Cradle Science Centre Singapore, and Experience Ace. And, very importantly, please join me to thank the SISC Organizing Committee that includes all the students and teachers from National Junior College who worked tirelessly for months, okay, to put this program together. You can never imagine the kind of the amount of work that they actually have to do. The time that they spend, all these logistic details. Up to this morning, they are still rehearsing this closing ceremony. And a lot of them have really made a lot of personal sacrifices to actually make this event a success. And can you please join me to give them a big round of applause. Finally, I come to the end of my maiden speech. So once again, congratulations everyone, and enjoy the party later. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leong. Mr. Leong will now present the first set of awards for each of the 3 challenges. The award winners for the Research Challenge will also receive a special book prize sponsored by the Materials Research Society Singapore. This is the first time that book prizes are awarded at SISC, and we have done this to further inspire our young researchers to break new frontiers in knowledge creation. Thank you, MRN Singapore.
The first runner-up awards are presented to individuals or groups for their excellent performance in various categories at the Research Challenge. In the category of Computing and Mathematics and Machine Learning and Artificial Intelligence, the award goes to Lim Kuan Mao Daven from River Valley High School.
In the category for Material Science, the award goes to Chelsea Wong Jia Hui from National Junior College.
In the category of Bioinformatics and Computational Biology and Microbiology, the award goes to Watudura Tikiri Dilki Silva and Lars Bimon from John Monash Science School.
In the category of Environmental, Earth and Energy Science and Systems, the award goes to Emma Catherine Christensen from North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics.
In the category of Design and Engineering, the award goes to Dylan Sanusi Go from John Monash Science School.
Also in the category of Design and Engineering, the award goes to Xie Yuxuan from River Valley High School. May the winners of the first runner-up awards for the Research Challenge please stay on stage for a photo. Next, we will be giving out the awards to teams who did exceedingly well in specific aspects of the Machine Learning Challenge. We would like each team to remain on stage after receiving the award for a quick photo. The Best Classifier Award for the design and implementation of the most accurate machine learning model in the challenge goes to Team 10, consisting of Wu Le Wenqi, Forrest Eli Hurley, Xie Yuxuan, Tan Zibo, and Ryan Dinet Samaraku. Let's give our winners another round of applause.
Next up, we have the Best Efficiency Award for the design and implementation of the most efficient learning and classification process in the challenge. The winner is Team 4, consisting of Julia Shopzik, Yu Chanyu, Wu Sok Go, Tay Xingxuan, Austin Christopher Ho, and Shu Sato. The Best Suitability Award for the Best Communicated Machine Learning Model in the challenge goes to Team 11, consisting of Nguyen Minh Duc, Rajiv Ranajit Dutta, Lim Quan Mao Davivan, Dion Lam Tiu Yu, and Anne Maria Sibi. out the awards to teams which embodied specific traits at the Design and Build Challenge. We would like each team to remain on stage after receiving their award for a quick photo. The Best Engineering Product Award for exemplifying knowledge mastery in the challenge goes to Team 7, consisting of Jaina Angelina Moore, Dylan Sanusi Goh, Sofia Kuzoriva, Lin Jingling, Kelly Siasin Gui, Hanaka Shimizu.
The Most Innovative Design Award for exemplifying creativity and novelty in the challenge goes to Team 6, consisting of Rebecca Clegg, Rio Hilmawan, Chen Yu, Daryl Chua Yunda, Yong Hui, and Ayaka Okuuchi.
The Most Marketable Product Award for designing the most appealing and popular product in the challenge goes to Team 10, consisting of Gule Yuanqi, Forrest Ali Hurley, Xie Yushen, Han Ziguo, Ryan Sinet Samarakun.
Congratulations to all award winners, and thank you, Mr. Leong. We would like to invite you all back to your seat.
This year, we are honored to have Mr. Anshu Sona, Regional Director of Innovation Program Intel, to grace our closing ceremony. We would like to invite Mr. Sona to deliver his closing address. Mr. Sona, please.
since we are talking of innovation and challenges, I thought I would be innovative. I also don't have a speech, so it's my native speech, so to say. Good afternoon, all the dreamers, inventors, creators, makers, brilliant students. Big round of applause to all of you first. I don't have words to say how much I feel grateful and thankful to be here in this august company. So a big round of applause and a big thank to all the organizers and all the guests of honors and the dignitaries who are present here. I think when we really do the end and the closing ceremony and stuff like that, we normally forget the people who really accompany us to come here. So I really want to take a moment first and really clap for the people sitting in the middle more than anybody else, the real educators, the teachers who really got the students. Because they are not getting any awards here. So I think you should first recognize their sacrifices, their time, their commitment to really bring this here. I mean, to me, without you, this would not have happened. Each one of them who come here, and I remember when I came for such event back in my country, like 30 years back, the only memory I have after 30 years is not the prize, what I would have got, but who brought me in. And I think that's what you will retain 30, 40 years down the line. Who brought you in? Who came with you? What happened? So in that spirit, let me play a small game with you guys because we are in a data world. And I always play this data games whenever I'm talking. It's a simple data game. Tell me how many of you have come to Singapore for the first time, especially from there. Okay, so a lot of you. How many of you have come here for more than 5 times? None of you. Okay. So I hope maybe tomorrow you get some time with your educators to go and see this beautiful country. Are you going to stay back or all you are flying out tonight? Okay. Okay, good. I think as we kind of go into this, right, I just want to say a couple of things very simply. It's been said enough that the jobs of tomorrow and skills of tomorrow will be very different, right, from what we are doing. And probably the best thing which you can do to prepare yourself is prepare for unknown by really absorbing and adopting this new mindset, what we call as innovation mindset or creative mindset, right? Now, in that mindset or in this whole journey of innovation, a couple of things which I would request you to always remember. Remember the friends who came with you. Remember the friends who really help you build connection and really bring you new perspectives. Within Intel, I mean, we really value diversity and that friendship a lot. And I wanted to give you a very interesting example which I saw a couple of months back. So we are talking of solving big problems as a young inventor or creators, right? One of the big issues which worldwide everybody is struggling is this whole mobile charging, right? Or any device charging. So many devices, so many wires. How do we charge easily? Now, typically the scientist solutions to that is not good. Today we don't yet have a very strong solution to that. Every day we put it in our home and then 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour goes in charging it. So we put up a couple of young ethnographical scientists, right? And they also couldn't come up with a good thing, but they said that we should really think out of the box. So our CEO said that, okay, let's form a team of young girls. And then ask them, what will they come up as a solution for charging problem? So this couple of, I would say 23, 24-year-old young girls, they said that they want to observe what people do when they go back home. Because we all want to charge a phone, right, when we go back home. Now, I'm trying to tell you the value of diversity here. So these girls, when they really started studying people behavior, especially among the girls, what they observed was when they go back home, they take out their hairband and put it on a table. Correct? Most of the girls do that, take out a hairband and put it on a table. So these girls, and this could have only come from girls, not from boys, they said that we should have like a charging bowl where people come back, take out the mobile, just drop it in a charging bowl near the mirror. So Intel heard that and we actually created like a charging bowl which is right now in the market, which you can just put your mobile over there and charge on your own, because that is an easier solution for people. Otherwise people struggle so much with this cable, that cable, and so on and so forth. So imagine a simple charging bowl where you don't have to do anything. I have a colleague from Intel here who will know this. Just put it over there and it charges. Now this kind of a out of the box or a creative solution will come only when you have diversity in your team. How many of your team had only boys team? Let me ask that. Was there any team here which was only boys? If no, I am so grateful to the organizers that you really ensured that. So thank you so much for that. Right? I think the last point which I want to say as we celebrate this journey is, this is only a start, right? And you will hear a lot in this journey about technology, innovation, machine learning, all the big words. You are young, right? You are just starting. And technology will change, I can tell you. Today we are talking of all kinds of technology. We are talking of a new cyber-physical system, right? A new cyber-physical world where cyber and physical, the boundaries are converging or merging, right? My only request to you would be, when you think about this journey, don't think about technology-centered innovations. Think about human-centered innovations. Think about what real problem you can solve. And if that problem can be solved and that can make a difference even for one person, it will be worth coming all the way here for you. I just want to end with this very small story, which is my own personal story. It has nothing to do with technology for you guys. So this is about a big seashore in which every day thousands of fish come out because of the waves. Thousands and thousands of fish come out and then they die, right? So one day, one small boy went to that shore and he started picking that fish, throwing it back. Pick a fish, throw it back. One person was saying, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? There are thousands of fish here. You're just picking up one fish, throwing it back. What difference it will make? That's the point. The boy picked another fish, threw it back, said that it made a difference to that fish. It saved his life. So I think as you get into all these new themes, be it elderly care, as it was a theme here, you will find many interesting problems as you go forward. You are young guys, right? Think about what difference it will make in somebody's life. Human-centered innovation. And I am more than confident with a platform like SISC, you guys will really make a big difference. So all the best and a big thank you. And let me just end this by saying, for those who are in Chinese, Sheshe, Hamsamida in Korean, Spasiba in Russian, a big thank you in all your languages for which I don't know how to say thank you. From the bottom of the heart, thank you once again.
Thank you, Mr. Sanak, for that closing address. Mr. Sanak will now remain on stage to present the grand awards to the winners of the 2017 Singapore International Science Challenge.
First, we'll be giving out the Best in Category award to participants for their outstanding performance in the Research Challenge. Like the first runner-ups for the Research Challenge, our Best in Category winners will also receive book prizes sponsored by MRS Singapore. From the category of Material Science, the award goes to Elizaveta Sovgarova from Moscow Chemical Lyceum.
From the category of Bioinformatics and Computational Biology and Microbiology, the award goes to Rajiv Ranajit Datta from North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics.
From the category of Environmental, Earth and Energy Sciences and Systems, the award goes to Yu Chan Yu, Ma Fa Yu, Yang Chi Wei from Kaohsiung Municipal Kaohsiung Senior High School.
From the category of Design and Engineering, the award goes to Kenny Xia Cynthia from Raffles Institution. From the category of Computing and Mathematics and Machine Learning and Artificial Intelligence, The Best in Category Award and the overall Grand Champion Award goes to Wang Jiadong from Raffles Institution.
Let's invite all award winners to take a photo together.
Thank you, award winners. You may now return to your seats. This year, also for the first time, the Grand Award winners for both the Machine Learning and the Design and Build Challenge will each receive a Genuino starter kit sponsored by Intel.
That is a really meaningful prize, which will allow our budding young makers to go forward to create and make new products that will go on to better serve the community. Thank you, Intel.
The Grand Champion Award for overall best design and implementation of a machine learning mechanism in the Machine Learning Challenge is Team 10, consisting of Gula Wangji, Forrest Ilana Peri, Xie Yushen, Han Zhibo, and Ryan Gunan Samarote.
And for designing and engineering an exceptional product at the Design and Build Challenge, the Grand Champion Award goes to Team 7, consisting of Dylan Sanusigo, Hanaku Shimuzi, Lim Jingling, Kelly Xia Jie, Sophia Pisova, Jenna Angela Moore.
Please sit backstage to prepare for your presentation of your design and build project. The Best Young Scientist Award is presented to the individual who has demonstrated exceptional performance across all 3 challenges the past week. The Best Young Scientist Award for SISC 2017 goes to Xie Yushen from River Valley High School, Singapore. also head stage to prepare for your speech.
Finally, the Best Institution Award will be presented to the school whose representatives each performed exceptionally well across all challenges during the past week. The Best Institution Award for SIC 2017 goes to River Valley High School, Singapore.
Please come on stage to receive the overall Best School Institution Award.
Yushen, come back on stage to receive the Best Institution Award, please.
Congratulations to all our award winners for SIC 2017. Thank you, Mr. Sonak, for giving out the awards. May we now invite you to return to your seat. Let us now welcome the grand champions of the Design and Build Challenge back on stage to present their solution for the given problem and what they have made. Team 7, please.
Hi everyone, we're Group 7, and this is about a project. So what we've come up with is, firstly on the problem statement, what we want to do is design a smart system that's able to monitor and track the health conditions of elderly. And so what we've come up with is a wearable assistance for seniors, whereby it's a new and innovative design, incorporating personalized settings, because it has a machine learning component. So as more time passes by, you will learn the behavior and be able to track the movements of the elderly that you're in charge of. And therefore, you'll be able to collect more better data about the elderly and also be able to upload it onto the web, where it can be used by a whole group and new community of people for research. Firstly, our product is inexpensive, and this will increase the accessibility to different elderlies and be able to reach a wider audience, as well as lightweight and has a long battery life. It also will be able to send alerts to your relatives and to inform them when there are medical emergencies. And it will also be able to dispatch for emergency help. We will also be able to monitor health conditions using our product, and it is also very accessible. So what are some of the elder care problems faced by elderly? Firstly, at home, as you can see in our model here, we've come up with a small model. It actually shows a toilet. And so when elderly are at home, there's a risk of falling and slipping in the bathroom, and they will not be able to really have access to immediate medical help. So what we've designed is also actually a panic button, as well as a tracker to track rapid movement, and it will, and the moment you are able to sense this movement by the system, it will send an immediate emergency alert to the relative, as well as to dispatch emergency help. Next, we also have scenarios such as in the park when you lose way, and for example also in shopping malls when the elderly are unable to navigate, and we have a GPS tracking device embedded in the system itself, so that you are always able to reassure not only the elderly but also their family members that they are safe. Also, at the subway station, they might be unable to contact a relative during emergencies, and this is when our system really comes in. So next, Dylan will be talking more about our product specifications and the coding.
Okay, so within the constraints of the challenge, we were limited by, of course, the resources we were given. So some of the things we had in our product included temporal recording of data over time. So we collected a lot of the data, such as heart rate, movement, etc., over time, and we also put that into sort of files that people can access, such as data scientists and medical practitioners, so that better decisions can be made about medical decisions. we've also looked into, if we collect this data over time, how can we use machine learning to adjust thresholds? So for example, what we've done is we've looked into research from the Center for Preventive Diseases or something and found that there's a particular threshold for heart rates that's dangerous, right? That's based on age. So that's a good starter for saying when is someone's heart rate at a dangerous level. Now, what we've looked into is, whilst this is a good starting point, maybe we can develop that threshold over time to adjust specifically for that person. So yeah, another feature is the active data monitoring and visualization. So part of it is onboard the system. Firstly, it collects all the data inputs on board the wearable, and then it analyzes the very basic time-sensitive pieces of data on board, such as heart rate. So that's very time-sensitive, and you do that basic check on board. Any further bigger checks that are more power-consuming, we want to throw off to the internet. So it's got cellular connection. It'll get rid of the data. It will only do basic checks on board, then send it off. After that, there's onboard, or after it's on the internet, it's passed on to live data streams online for either the carers of the senior or medical practitioners to access this data in various forms, whether it's large data sets or live data streams, along with other messages that can come out of the data that are really useful to us. Because data sets by itself is not what's useful, it's the messages that computers can come up with out of it. Other points of interest would include that we can accurately detect whether the device has been taken off or not, and we've got preventative measures using a wider range of sensors such as vibration, light, temperature, and heart rate to make sure that it's not giving out false readings of low heart rate, for example. If I was to take the device off and it reported a low heart rate, it might, how do I know whether that's actually me taking the device off or whether I actually do have a low heart rate? It's also got physical emergency contact details on the object, customizable alarms for things like medication reminders and stuff like that, and an emergency panic button for alerting authorities. I think that's a good summary of what our project's about. Thank you.
Thank you, Team 7, for your amazing presentation.
Hey Sei, have you heard of this new online community for makers called MakerShare?
Of course, MakerShare is a place for makers from beginners to pros to showcase their work, learn new skills, and come together as a community.
That's right. What's even more fantastic is that MakerShare is now available for worldwide use in English in an open beta.
I'll be certain to go and check it out later.
Now I think it's time we hear from the best young scientist, Yuxuan. Yuxuan, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Yuxuan from River Valley High School. So I really don't believe that I won this award, and I believe that everybody here has the capability to do so. So, because not many of you might know me, I would like to do a self-introduction first. So I was born in China. I migrated to Singapore at the age of 3. So to me, life was actually very ordinary. I had a fun childhood. I watched cartoons, and I grew up in a happy family. But I feel that what changed my life is the discovery of science. Today I have 3 points to bring to you. Firstly, the interest of science, and the interest of anything, actually. So I'm not really the most talented person in my school. I wasn't the highest scholar. I didn't get top grades for everything. But I feel that what is most significant is the significance of interest. So, and because of interest, I wasn't forced on anything. I started learning coding. I started learning programming. Many softwares like computational fluid dynamics or CAD and CAM modeling. It's all because of my discovery of this interest. I like design. I like drawing, and I also like designing on computers and 3D printing these designs to bring it to real life. So because of this power of interest, I actually pushed myself and actually discovered there are platforms for me to unleash this interest and many competitions for me to actually participate. So because of this, I actually molded this interest into skills and knowledge for me to take out even more competitions and thinking of solutions for real life problems. So the power of interest is really significant. I feel that everybody should find their area of interest and actually work on that even harder. The second point is the importance of the push for victory and the importance and the drive for success. So everything in life isn't easy. We know that there are many obstacles for us to overcome. But so that's why we need this the power of interest to actually start us, as well as the push to victory and drive for success for us to actually get to the end goal. And even after we get to the end goal, that might not be the end goal that it is. That might not be the true end goal. So the constant push for victory is what allows us to actually overcome many obstacles that will be in our way throughout our life. And the last point I'd like to bring in is the importance of innovation. Science is constantly changing and new solutions are discovered every time. And because of these new solutions, these solutions might become solutions to the problems that we might face now, but do not have a solution for. So because of this science and this constantly evolving science, there will be solutions to the problems that we'll be facing, the existing problems that we'll be facing. And it's important for us to actually think creatively how to use the currently existing science to actually solve the problems that we aren't able to solve in the past. So I'd like to end my speech here. I'd like to thank the NJC committee for organizing this competition for us to participate, use our skills and actually see where we stand. And I also like to thank my teammates. I feel that a lot of this is because of my teammates. We do have different strengths, we have weaknesses, and because of us collaborating together, cooperating, and that's why we can get to where we are today. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Yushen, for that amazing speech. It was really, really inspiring. So to mark the closing of SIC 2017, we have NJC's very own teacher, Mr. Pok Wen-Tian, who will be putting up a special performance that's sure to leave you spellbound. This will be followed by the official closing of SIC 2017 by our guest of honor, Mr. Anshu Sonak, NJC's Vice Principal, Mr. Leong Hua Yu, and our fellow student representatives. Without further ado, let us give a rousing welcome to Mr. Pok.
performance by Mr. Paul.
What structure is that?
That is the SISC art wall designed by NGC's very own art teacher, Mr. Nigel Singh. In a moment, we'll be inviting a representative from each institution to place a wooden token with their school logo on the SISC art wall to represent the connecting minds at SISC 2017, which enables the discovery of new frontiers.
SISC 2017 would not have been the same without each and every one of our participants who contributed in their own unique ways to make this week spectacular. May we now invite our Vice Principal, Mr. Leong Hua Yu, up on stage to present the certificates of participation to the participants of the 2017 Singapore International Science Challenge. Mr. Leong, please.
From Australia, we have Alafoyle Park High School. Next, we have Australia Science and Mathematics School. John Monash Science School. Suzanne Corey High School.
Representing Japan, we have Ritsumeikan High School. Next up, we have Ritsumeikan Keisho Junior and Senior High School. Next up, we have Toyonaka High School.
Representing the Kingdom of Thailand, we have Mahidol Witayansong School.
From the Republic of Indonesia, the Center for Young Scientists.
Representing the Republic of Korea, we have Korea Science Academy of KAIST.
Representing the Russian Federation, Moscow Chemical Lyceum.
From the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, we have Chu Van An National High School.
From Taiwan Chinese Taipei, we have Kaohsiung Municipal Kaohsiung Senior High School. Next up, we have Kaohsiung Municipal Kaohsiung Girls Senior High School. Next up, we have the National Fengshan Senior High School.
Representing the United Kingdom, we have Cranbourne Science and International Academy.
Representing the United States of America, we have North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics. Next up, we have the Palo Alto High School.
From the Republic of Singapore, we have Nanyang Girls High School. NUS High School of Mathematics and Science. Raffles Institution. River Valley High School. School of Science and Technology Singapore. Last but not least, National Junior College.
We would now like to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Anshu Sanak, up on stage to complete the SISC art wall with our Vice Principal, Mr. Leong Hua Yu. Mr. Sanak, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let us count down together to the official D-launch of the Singapore International Science Challenge 2017 in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanak and Mr. Leo. Everyone please remain on stage to take a photo in front of the art wall.
Give us a moment while the participants arrange themselves in order for the photo. Thanks. The representatives to return to their seats while Mr. Sonak and Mr. Leong remain on stage for the presentation of the token of appreciation.
May we now have Mr. Leong to present a token of appreciation to Mr. Anshu Sonak. This publication, Yours Naturally, was authored by one of our NJ former science teachers and NJC alumni, Dr. Yong Bin Lee, with assistance from 4 students. This colorful and vibrant book documents the various bird species that can be found in NJC campus and is part of the college's effort to encourage an increased appreciation of the natural world that is present in the midst of our urban landscape.
Thank you, Mr. Sonak and Mr. Leong. You may now return to your seats. With this, we have now come to the end of the 2017 Singapore International Science Challenge. We hope that all of you have formed new bonds with one another that will last beyond SISC, and you will continue to collaborate to discover new frontiers. Enjoy the final day of SISC.
May we now invite our VIPs to proceed to the atrium to view the winning work. Thank you.